What's up, everyone, and welcome to Greenlight Your Own Life with Tiana. Today, if you're new here, this is the space where we talk about bold decisions, creative pivots, and the moments that change everything when you decide to say yes to yourself. Thank you. Today's episode is special. It's not just an interview, it's a real conversation with someone I deeply admire, who also happens to be a friend and someone who's walked on the biggest stages in the world, but also has done the work within to own your voice, her power, and her joy. We're talking about how to love yourself into the life you actually want. Welcome to the podcast, Miss Tia Rivera.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for that.
Oh, that's just part of it, girl. That's just,
Don't make me blush.
that is a sliver. I am so thankful that you said yes to come here with me.
Of course.
We talk about this all the time.
I know. I'm so excited for this, actually.
Yeah, especially because we have a theme.
We do have a theme.
We have a theme, and I think that you are perfectly matched for this theme because I see you walk and live your life to the fullest. So to hear from you and share with our listeners, I think not only am I going to be entertained, but they're going to have a lot to learn from you.
Yeah.
So
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Now I'm going to make you blush.
Okay.
Okay, she is an award-winning choreographer, a powerhouse speaker, and a coach who has literally shifted the energy of every room that she walks into, and that is a power that anyone would just hope to have. Like, you change the room when you walk in. You know this, right?
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes, you've changed many lives. I see everything that you do with all the dancers that come through you, and not just dancers. Like, we're talking about entrepreneurs that like you speak on so many things. We'll get into it, but that's just a sliver. She's choreographed for Beyonce's Renaissance World Tour, Doja Cat, Megan Thee Stallion, Busta Rhymes, Anita, and that's just to name a few. Okay. She was on the team. She was on the team for the 2022 Super Bowl halftime show. She's an associate choreographer for the color purple. Hello, that was epic. And now she leads high-level programs, speaks to creatives and entrepreneurs around the world about how to live a purpose-fueled life that actually feels good. Not just on paper, but in your body, your business, and your spirit. And we just wrapped Snoop's holiday halftime party, okay? Yes. And we were going to film in Minneapolis, and we were like, oh, we totally have time, but we did not have time.
We did not have time. And this is so much better.
Exactly.
You know?
I'm glad that we made like an honest decision with ourselves and said, no. And then you're like, and we're going to do it in person. I was like, yes, ma'am.
Right. You were like, Zoom? I was like, no.
No, honey.
I'm going to be here with my Greenlight Your Own Life mug. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, cheers.
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 It's water, people. It's water.
Mine's yerba matcha.
Oh, excuse me.
Can't go a day without it. Okay, so it's February 1st, right? We've lived a lot of lives, and you have really gone through a world of dancing, choreography, coaching, leading, speaking, but at the core of it, I want to talk about self-love. Yeah. Because that is something that I really see you embody. Like, and it's not fake.
No, I do love myself.
You do love yourself. Okay, but Tia, it's not narcissistic.
No, not at all.
No, it is like true. It's true love. So my question for you to start us off is, what did self-love look like when you were at the start of your career?
Let me go way back in time. I know I look young.
You look great. Honey, there's no wrinkles on this face at all.
I mean, the start of my career was 18 years old. I was like baby Tia coming straight out of high school. Okay. I'm 35 now. So thinking about what self-love looked like back then was just taking a chance on myself, betting on myself, and being okay with looking wrong. That's what self-love looked like for me. Taking risks is what self-love looked like for me. There was nobody in my family who had pursued anything that was non-traditional. So I didn't have an example in that way. So I took risks, and I loved myself to this dancer and then this choreographer and this woman that I've become. But I didn't really actually even know what that was at the time. I kind of just threw myself into it.
Right. And when you said when you look wrong, what does that mean? Like look wrong in the dance steps or looked different than others?
Both. So looking wrong, let's say to my family, you know, I remember sharing with my parents that I wanted to pursue dance and I wasn't sure how they were going to receive that. And I'm grateful that my parents were super supportive, but I enrolled into college to study psychology. I thought I was going to be a psychologist. Yeah.
Okay.
So I majored in psychology and I minored in dance, which makes sense for the speaking and the coaching, right? The psychology.
1000%.
And my first semester I wound up withdrawing because I booked a tour, but you know, looking like I'm doing the wrong thing for what I'm quote unquote supposed to do. I grew up in a traditional household where you go to school, you go to college, you get a degree and you get a job. But then also looking wrong in the industry. Like when I first came in, I remember going to Broadway Dance Center for the first time and being like, oh my gosh, I'm so behind. Like everyone is so good. I started what I would consider really late. I didn't start dancing till I didn't take my first professional class until I was 17 years old.
Wow.
And I met all of these dancers that were dancing since they were 2.
Yeah.
I was like, that's not my story. So I felt like
story.
I had a lot of catching up to do. And there were a lot of moments that felt like I wasn't doing it right. But I kind of just trusted that I was still where I was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you find did you find it to be like a safe space? Because there were people that the energy of dance, it's magnetic, right? And so coming into it where you do know who you are at that point, 16, 17 years old, you're not, you're figuring things out, but you have some answers.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't, the answer that I didn't have was what I thought I knew I would be doing for my life.
Right.
At that age. There was no world where even when I started pursuing dance that I thought this was going to be a career. You couldn't tell me when I started. Even when I was taking class at BDC and pursuing it in the beginning, it was for fun. It was like you do it for fun, but you're still going to go to work and you're still going to, you know, go the corporate route. At least that's what I thought at that age. I didn't know that you could pursue this and make money doing it.
Were you at BDC on 57th Street?
No, 45th Street. I missed that
Really?
era. Yes.
Oh, dang.
People always talk about it. It makes me so sad.
I
like,
know.
I missed that era.
Because when I heard it changed, even I was like, wait, the places, it really breaks my heart when some dance studios, like, they're no longer where where I grew up.
That's like Millennium at the Dome.
It's gone.
Yeah.
Like when I look at it, I'm like, hi, Amazon Fresh.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that's not what I know. Okay, so you're in New York and you said you booked a first job. How deep were you into the routine of taking fun classes and then all of a sudden now you're booking?
I mean, probably like a 2 years.
Okay.
2.5 years. I don't get me wrong. While I was in this fun phase, I danced every day. I loved to dance and I would go to BDC and I would take class and I did work study there so that I can take classes. I did, you know, the times were hard back then. So I did work study at 2 studios to take class.
Yes, we all did.
Yeah. So, I mean, it kind of all happened in the same like 2-year span, but I believe I was like 20 at the time or 19 and I booked a Michael Jackson tribute tour right after he had passed away.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was one of those things where I didn't have an agent. I kind of just was with some friends and they were like, we're going to this audition. And I was like, okay, I'm going to come too. And, you know, you kind of just heard about things like from the great, you know, through the grapevine.
You are where you are.
Yeah, you are where you are. And I showed up and I was like, oh. And I booked the job. So I wound up withdrawing from school.
Oh, wait, say that again?
I wound up withdrawing from school.
You did?
Yeah, I was in college when I auditioned for that.
Okay.
And I was like, gotta go.
You're like, mommy, daddy,
I know, because it was traveling. And again, not that I walked in thinking I wasn't going to book it, but it was one of those things where I was like, I'm going to just go and see what happens. And I told my parents, I was like, I promise that I will come back to school. Long and behold, I have not.
Okay, so here's my question for you then. When you're at that audition and you're really in like self-discovery because it's like only 2 years into this new version of yourself. Dance brings you a lot of joy.
Yeah, for sure.
What did that do for your confidence knowing that it was something that was so fresh? Like how did you also maintain that love for yourself to say, I believe this is where I'm supposed to be?
Yeah. Well, it was that year that it clicked for me that, oh, wait a minute, I can make a living doing what I love to do. That was the job that changed my mind about what I wanted to do
Right.
long term. Because again, you know, prior to that, I did some club shows with like reggaeton artists in New York and like the 116 Festival and the Puerto Rican Festival, because I was a part of a dance company and we just did all these like little shows, but my mind still didn't comprehend like, oh, this is what people do for a living.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, this is fun and we did it on the weekends and now I'm gonna go back to school type of thing. But that job was like, oh, I'm traveling, I'm getting paid. There's per diem. They're going to pay for my food and they're going to pay for my flight and I get to do what I love. And it really shifted my mindset on what was possible. And that was the year that I was like, okay, I'm going to really pursue dance for real. And then I did. And then I remember the year after that is when I did Rhapsody's Motivating Excellence program, which was in 2011, season 1. Was it 2011? It was 2011. Feels like forever ago. But
I mean, it's a long time ago.
Long time ago. And that was the year that I like fully dove in. I got signed to Block that year. I came to LA for the first time that year.
Okay.
I was like, let me just 2 feet in.
Yeah.
Head first.
Okay. So then this leads me to my next question. You have momentum at this point. There's a lot of momentum happening in your life. Was there ever a moment in that kind of chapter where you felt overlooked or overworked? And if so, how did you pour back into yourself in that? Because you're gaining a lot of momentum in that time.
Yeah. You know, I'm pretty sure that I was overlooked quite often, but I was so delusional at that age. No, I'm serious. Like, and I'm being so honest.
I hear you.
I tell people all the time, I am where I am today because you have to have like a little bit of delusion.
No, you do.
Like I was overlooked because I probably wasn't that good. Although I had momentum, yes, I was like, you know, the new girl and, you know, I was stepping into the industry and I was building relationships and people knew me, but there were also a lot of auditions that I didn't book.
Right.
I remember when I auditioned for Block, I got chopped. And
Really?
all of my friends at the time, they all got signed to Block, like Mikey and Valentine and Frank at that same audition. And I did it and I was just like, I'm horrible and this is not gonna work for me.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of times where I felt overlooked, but I had this, again, delusion that I was just like, I'm still that girl. And it's just, it may not be now, but it's gonna happen for me. But I don't think that being overlooked ever affected me in a negative way. For me, it kind of just fueled me to be better. And I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's where I come from. I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. I grew up in the ghetto. And I don't know, I just grew up with this grit. And I feel like it's something that wasn't taught to me. It's kind of was just innate where, you know, when things happen to you, you either sink or swim when it comes to your mindset, or you're like, oh my gosh, poor me, I'm overlooked. Or you're like, okay, cool, you're about to watch, you're about to see this. And that was innate for me, but not from a place of ego, but from a place of like, I'm not going to be bitter, I'm just going to be better.
Totally.
Yeah.
It is absolutely your DNA.
Yeah.
To be that. And that's great. And we all can learn from that. But I've also, if in those moments of being overlooked, that's also a reminder to me, how bad do I want it?
Yeah. 100%.
Right?
100%.
And it does. Like, do you get up or you stay down?
Yeah.
And so I don't have an answer. I just know that it is in my DNA to relate to your thought process.
Yeah, for sure.
You know? Okay, so what was a creative decision that you greenlit before anyone else believed in it?
All of them. Every single one of them. I mean, we can go into like all the different career paths, right?
Right.
But I would say
In this chapter,
or I would say one of 2 things.
Tell me.
I would say deciding to become a choreographer. You know, when you're a dancer, people see you in that light. It's just like, oh, she's just a dancer, right? And I remember the moment I was ready to be a choreographer. I sat down with Adrian, I took him to dinner, and I was just like, I'm ready to transition. I remember I had like my pink notepad and I was ready to take notes. And I was like, what are all the things that I need to do? And he was just like, you need to get good at X, Y, and Z. He like ran me down the list, right? And I'm like, cool. And I remember submitting myself to choreographers that I had worked with at the time. And at the time, it was like I had worked with a lot of choreographers. And I don't think any of them actually took me serious except for one, which is Fatima Robinson. Shout out to Fatima Robinson.
yes, Team Fatima.
Team Fatima all day. And she took a chance on me. But I feel like that was one idea that I didn't really have a lot of backing and belief when it came to other people, but I was like, okay, I know I'm clear, and I was confident in this. That's just what I wanted to do. And then also with coaching, I'm gonna tell you right now, you know, I post my Tia Talks, right?
Yep.
And I'm grateful that now they get traction and they get shares and views. And for me, I don't look at it as like, oh my gosh, so many people are like hearing me. I look at it as these are lives that are being affected and transformed, or I'm able to pour into people in a positive way. But when I first started, nobody was checking for my Tia Talks. Okay? Everybody was like, girl, shh. Nobody was checking.
And what do you mean? Like, you didn't get the likes, you didn't get the comments? Like, what was not happening?
Like, there was no feedback. There was, you know, I think that I don't pay attention too much to numbers in regards to whether or not something is of quality.
Yeah.
I think that it is analytics though, and it does tell you what is working for your audience and what isn't working for your audience. And at the time, my audience was just all dancers. And I think that when people just see you in a specific light and then you start to do something new, they're like, is she for real? Like, what are you talking about? But the consistency of it makes people go like, oh, let me listen.
Yeah.
Right. So, you know, yes, the numbers were lower, and not that meant that the conversation was poorer or the quality was less, but no one was really paying attention. It felt like I was being overlooked when I decided that I wanted to transition. But now that I have stood consistent enough, people are like, okay, like she's for real.
Yeah.
And now she's speaking from a place of experience because we heard her talk year after year. But like, I've been doing this for coaching for 10 plus years now. And
10?
Yes.
What was the first thing? What was the first thing that you said, okay, I'm coaching?
Okay, so 35, right? I'm 35.
Okay, yeah.
At 22 years old.
That's young.
Yeah, I was 22 years old, and
You just started dancing, girl.
well, I started dancing at 17, 18. Girl.
Okay.
I had a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so to be fair, I was in like the middle of my dance career, and this was right before I moved to LA. And I wanted to start a business to fund my career, my dance career. I knew I was not your corporate 9-to-5 girly. Nothing wrong with the 9-to-5 corporate girlies. But I just knew that wasn't the life for me.
No, you ruled it out.
I ruled it out. So I did affiliate marketing in my early 20s. And, you know, I had learned a lot about entrepreneurship. And through that company, I had to do presentations.
Okay.
And I had to get up in front of a room and speak. And I had to train and I had to coach. And I was like, wait a minute, I kind of like this, you know? So it just birthed this desire and this passion that I didn't even know that I had, to be honest. But yeah, I've been training and coaching and speaking since I was 22 years old.
That is really impressive. I think there was, no, I'm serious, because you don't see dancers really do that crossover.
Yeah.
When dancers focus on one thing, they stay there, and it's like, and then the natural progression is choreography.
Yeah,
but then like this new wave of coaching, which is really good for the community and for people's growth. Because now I can say to anybody, there's no, I say dance does not have an expiration date. You can still be a part of it without doing the steps and pour back into what we've learned.
Yeah.
But you posted something, you were speaking on a stage at an arena.
Oh yeah. I've done many of those.
And on there, I was like, look at Tia.
Oh,
I was like, what is this? I was really taken aback, because it's just like, you don't see that. And especially as a female.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
And
in entertainment and what we do.
Yeah. So, okay. What was that experience? I'm talking about one, and you're like, I do many, but
I know. So
just talk about the best one.
For sure. So again, this was in my era of affiliate marketing.
And what is affiliate marketing? I'm a little confused.
No, you're fine.
I'm sorry.
Have you heard the term network marketing? Direct sales. None of it. It's fine.
Okay, just bite size.
Multi-level marketing. MLM.
No.
Never.
No, I need to be coached and educated.
gosh.
Don't forget, I did come to you in the very beginning to say, Tia, help me.
Oh my!
I'm still asking for help.
So network marketing, direct. Have you heard of Amway?
Yes.
Or like Herbalife?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
there we go.
Okay.
There we
My
go.
mother, Jafra.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So basically, you're with a company and
Arbonne.
you sell products.
Yes.
And you make a commission off of the products.
Yes.
So for me, I was a part of a travel company and then an education company. So I never actually sold physical products. It was like packages and experiences, basically. But
of travel.
Travel. So the first one was a travel company. The second one was foreign exchange, cryptocurrency,
Okay.
educational platform that taught people how to day trade and like trade in the markets. And it's one of the things that I did during the pandemic, actually, funny enough.
Okay.
And I started trading for myself. And then I was like, wait a minute, I know how to do direct sales. And there's that portion that was attached to it. So what you're probably referring to, the talk in specific, it was for that company. It was like a summer event. But yeah, I used to travel a lot with the company and
speak.
I used to do trainings on leadership, on how to grow a team, on sales, on closing, on a lot of, I can train on so many different topics outside of what we usually talk about.
Oh my gosh, Tia, do you see my eyes? I'm like looking and going like this.
It's actually like, I get lit up about it too, because I don't do it as often. And in 2026, I will. Okay. Watch out for your girl.
Yes.
I do want to do more speaking events outside of entertainment, because I do have a passion actually for sales and for teaching people how to scale their business through sales and leadership and effective communication. And, you know, there's just so many things, but
I know.
can talk about that
one day at a time.
Yes.
But the best is that, one, you're claiming it, saying it with your chest,
Yes.
which I love. Say it with your chest. You say that to me all the time. I'm like, you're right. I got to say it.
Yeah.
But it's so great because as we age and we season and we have so many layers to us, and then we have so much more to offer.
Yeah.
And when you have that much to offer and you really get to decide, you know what? This makes sense to my life, and then it feels aligned, it feels purposeful, it feels intentional, and you don't feel compromised because we've probably eliminated all these other things, right? So because you have all this experience beyond even my knowledge and probably some people who are listening or your friends on a date, you told me something in Minneapolis. You're like, I won't say it because it's not my story to tell, but you're like, and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. I'm like, you can do that, and you're like, yes, Abu Dhabi. Dubai.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was like, wow, what
yeah.
can't you do?
Yeah.
So the sky's the limit for you.
The sky is the limit for the both of us. How about that?
Oh my God, I love you.
I love you.
Okay, let's get to the next topic. Speaking of loving yourself while you climb. Okay, what does self-trust look like on the biggest stages in the world? Self-trust. Let's talk about it.
So when you ask me that question, the first thought that comes to mind is when we did the Super Bowl in 2022. For me, that has been one of the biggest stages that I have, one, performed on, and two, choreographed for. And I think that when it comes to trusting myself, it's trusting the gift that is innate in me. And in a process like the Super Bowl, you don't have time to overthink and second guess yourself. And I truly believe that I continue to choreograph for all of these big shows and major stages because I don't second guess myself. You know, like, and what we do is so fast paced that there's no time for you to take your time.
No, you have to go.
You have to trust yourself. And for me, trusting myself translates to trusting my gift. I truly believe that creativity and choreography is a gift. How fast I can create on the spot in front of artists, in front of, you know, dancers.
100 dancers.
100 dancers without feeling the pressure. Like I shared this on a previous interview where I remember choreographing in the room in rehearsal in front of Beyonce. I remember choreographing Thick. And she just sat there and just watched me create on the spot. And I didn't feel pressure. And I just, anybody else would have been like, oh my gosh. Like, it's like, you know, and she's literally just like this. Just like, and I'm figuring it out.
Yeah.
But I've just had to learn that I'm hired because someone else trusts my gift.
Oh my God, yes.
So
yes,
any moment where I may feel uncertain, I need to trust my gift.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's it. You are put in places because you are meant to be there.
100,000%.
Yeah.
And I always share that too with my mentees or whoever. Like, if you're in the room, it's because you're supposed to be in the room.
Absolutely.
So don't work so hard on your confidence to get in the room. And now you're in the room and you're second guessing why you're in the room. You're in the room, babe.
You're in the room. Own it.
Yeah.
Take up space.
Take up the space that you deserve. In
exactly. And what I love about the story that you're telling me, I literally just watched that Super Bowl probably within the past 10 days. And then I put 2 and 2 together that you not only were you choreographing, but you were dancing at the same time. That that duo hat situation is masterful. Because that's a huge task to not only say, okay, this is what you're going to do, but then, and I'm going to
myself in there.
Because I was like, that's Mary J. Blige. There's Tia. Like, what's happening? You know, and that takes double the self-trust, because then now you have to trust that they're doing exactly what you asked them to do. And then you have to show up with all the changes that you gave.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I don't do that quite often anymore. But I think for major opportunities like that, and I still would, you know, for me, the Super Bowl coming up as a dancer was a dream job. It was a bucket list job. So when I got the opportunity to choreograph for it, it's just like, there's no feeling that could describe dancing to your own steps in front of 70,000 people. I was like, this is incredible.
What are you talking about? Millions.
Yeah. Well,
millions.
I know, in the stadium.
Okay.
Millions though.
Millions.
Yeah, millions have tuned in to that, you know, all over the world. So yeah, it definitely has double trust though, for sure.
It's double the trust.
For me to remember, like you said, all of the changes that I made, and you know, now I have to just trust that the show is going to be the show, and now I got to turn on, because I am transitioning from taking off my creative choreographer hat and I'm putting on my performer hat.
I love it. I love it. Okay, behind the scenes. Okay, how do you prep emotionally for a high pressure creative role like that?
I book a trip and go.
I know I was waiting for you to talk about these trips.
No, literally, like, what keeps me sane in this life is travel. I completely detach from the world at least once a quarter. And I remember when was it? I think it was like middle of the pandemic. I took my first solo trip ever to Hawaii. Everybody looked at me like I was crazy, because everybody was in the house with masks, and I was like, I'm out of here. And yeah, like for me, I think that, and you know this, we work on such high pressure, high capacity jobs that require a lot from you, and they should demand a lot. Like we're working with the best of the best in the industry, from creative directors to producers to artists, and they're operating at their best, and I expect me to show up at my best. And I'm a firm believer that the only way that I can truly show up for other people is by showing up for myself. So for me, emotionally, I just allow myself to create the space for myself. I think that as artists, sometimes we don't, especially one like myself who also coaches and speaks, like I'm constantly pouring out, where I had to learn, and I'm grateful that I learned this now, and it ain't take me getting burnt out to learn it, because I've actually never experienced that. Yeah, there's times where I'm tired and I'm like, this is a lot, but I'm never like, I don't want to do this anymore, because I allow myself to fill my cup up so that I can go ahead and continue to do what I do at a high capacity. Yeah.
No, you and your trips look very relaxing, and by some body of water.
Always by some body of water, and always with a view.
Yes.
I was just in Tulum for the New Year, and I came back and it was raining, and I was like, oh, the ghetto.
No, what did I say to you though? I said, I don't want to bother you. I just have a quick question. Can you just send me a picture of your view and then answer the question? Oh, yeah. And it was like your knees in the ocean, and then you're like, I'll answer you in a day. And I was like, I'll take it.
That's amazing.
I will say, going on trips with my family it definitely helps. We go to Joshua Tree or Palm Springs. I don't go far, but just to get out of the house, and I don't have to look at laundry for like a day and somebody else's washing machine, not mine. But yeah, I appreciate that, and I think it is very helpful to just get a little escape, or to whatever degree that you can.
And for everyone, that's going to look different. Like for some people, it could look like a staycation.
Yep.
You know, when it wasn't financially responsible for me, I wasn't taking trips, but I definitely still, even if it was a day trip to Malibu Beach or whatever,
do it.
But just allowing the space for you to be with yourself.
Yeah.
So important.
It's very important.
Yeah.
And that's why when I look at you and I think of you and I think of self-love, that's one of those moments that I see why you embody that so deeply, because I see you taking time for yourself.
Yeah, you have to.
I also see you taking a lot of time pouring into the people that come to you for mentorship.
Yeah.
And I also see you on the job pouring into every ounce that is needed and required of you. So like I get to see the full picture, and it's really, really refreshing, because I think we need examples to show us what's possible, and you are that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I appreciate you. Okay. Okay, let's go on. Let's talk about the long game. Have you ever felt disconnected from yourself even at your peak? Oh, let me try this again. Have you ever...
And take two.
No, we're going to keep it. Have you ever felt disconnected from yourself even at your peak?
Disconnected from myself? No.
Ooh.
No.
No. You've always felt just like totally in line. You never took a job maybe that was like, you never said, why am I here?
Oh, yeah. Maybe I misunderstood the question. I'm like disconnected from myself. This was like early on in my career, though.
And that's okay.
Yeah, like, listen, okay?
I know.
I need jobs. Not as a choreographer. Oh, maybe there's one. I'm not even saying the names. Many artists.
You don't have to name any names.
But I will say, T, that it's rare the amount of times that I felt that way.
Okay.
Which I'm grateful for, because I know, there's a lot of dancers and even choreographers, creators, there's so much trauma around their experience.
Yeah.
And even with artists that I've worked with,
I've had trauma,
and I'm just like, that's not my experience. But I also think that we create our experience. And early on in my career, I set boundaries for myself, and I think that you start to question, why am I here? Because you've allowed something to happen continuously. Where, again, early on, I was okay with saying no, and I was okay with removing myself if something felt out of alignment. There's also been jobs that I've booked that I'm just like, I'm not going to wear that. So, and again, that's not saying that somebody should or shouldn't do it, but I just knew, to your point, it was going to make me feel disconnected from the core of who I am as a woman. Yeah. And my core values outside of entertainment. Yeah. So, but yeah, there's been jobs in my early dance career where I was just like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I'm on this tour bus with 14 people. And they gave us KFC after the show, and I done danced for 2 hours. I need some salad.
So bad.
A protein shake. 100%.
Yes.
I'm like on this bus and people are smoking and drinking. I'm just in my bunk like this.
Just trying to survive.
But I think that I'm grateful for those moments too, because you get to learn what you like and what you don't like. I think that we need to be thrown into experiences that disconnect us from who we are, so that we can know at the core, that's not
I'll never do it again.
I'll never again.
Never again. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's good. Those are, what do you call it? Growing pains.
Yes, I chose to learn from those experiences. They became lessons 100%.
I love a lesson.
Always.
I love realizing a lesson right afterwards too. And I'm like, ooh, I know you put me there to check me so that I know better for the future. Okay. What is something, oh, this is fun. What is something you used to chase that no longer moves you?
My dance career.
Yeah.
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 When we were in Minneapolis, one of the dancers, we were sitting on the stage. We had a little break. He was like, you don't miss dancing? And I was like, no. And it's not that I don't love to dance. Like, when I teach, I dance with my students. But that urge and that feeling when I watch a performance to feel like, oh, I wish I was on that stage. I remember feeling that when I was a dancer and watching certain award shows and being like, oh my God, this is amazing. I want that to be me. Now I watch award shows or, Super Bowls or tours, and I'm excited about the creative and the screen content and the choreography and the props. And like, my brain has completely shifted in that way. And I think that it also comes from genuinely, and I'm so grateful that I feel full and I feel complete when it comes to my dance career. Yeah. Like, no dream was left undone aside from a world tour. I've done, a US tour and like spot dates and stuff. I've never done a world tour as a dancer, but I've also been able to do multiple world tours as a choreographer.
Yeah.
And one of the things that Adrian said to me, and I'll never forget it, when we sat down that day and I told him I wanted to choreograph, he was just like, are you willing to give up any dance dreams that you have right now in order to pursue your choreography career and do them like full on? Mm-hmm. And I remember mentioning, well, the only thing that I really haven't done was do a world tour, even at that time, and do a movie. Mm-hmm. And I've been able to do both of those things at a big scale as a choreographer.
Yeah.
So, and he had said that he was just like, are you willing to not tour as a dancer, but possibly choreograph multiple tours? And I was like, yes. So yeah, I would say that I feel disconnected from that dream, but only because it feels complete.
Yeah. And probably bigger than you ever dreamed of.
Oh.
So, and on another scale
100%.
and a better seat in an airplane. Like you.
Catch me in 1A.
I know who I'm talking to. I honestly want to go back to this meeting with you and Adrian.
Oh my goodness,
he's probably like, I did not know this was going to be about me.
I know, right?
But like, I love, because here's, let me take a second. I have meetings with people. I had a meeting with you, right? I said, can we just talk?
Yeah.
I really need to know what I can do to put myself out in this direction.
I remember we were at Live Art.
Yes.
We were right outside of Studio A.
Yes. And then we met
had
up.
lunch,
Then we
yeah.
were like, can we go to lunch? Can we take this even further? And those moments, they change you. And the fact that this dinner that you had with Adrian, it feels like it was a very pivotal moment.
It was.
I keep saying that word wrong. Pivotal moment. Thank you.
Yeah.
Pivotal moment for you.
It was.
Because you're trusting someone that you admire and respect, and they're giving time to you to say, here's how I can help you with just kind of like mindset shifts.
Yeah.
Because your talent is already ready.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
right? I want to know what did this book look like? You were ready to take notes? Like what was the setup?
Yeah. So we went to, I think it was like P.F. Chang's or something.
Okay.
I don't know. It was like some Asian restaurant. But no, I just had a pink notepad and I was just ready to take notes. And
Yeah.
I knew that I wanted to transition, and I knew that he was assisting Fatima at the time, and he had been doing it for a long time. I've known Adrian since the beginning of my dance career.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So I used to take the Amount Boys class back in New York at BDC. Him and the Amount Boys used to throw a party called Look Who Came to Dance.
Okay.
And it would be a party every month, and they would do a battle. I used to go to their parties. So like I've known Adrian for a very long time. And I also trust his experience when it came to choreography, when it came to creative direction. He's been doing it for a while. So, and I knew that he would give me advice from a loving place. I think that in our industry, it's just very unfortunate. The unfortunate truth is that a lot of creators are out for themselves because they feel like, well, if I light your candle, it might dim mine.
And that's
that's
opposite.
so far from the truth.
Yeah.
But I think that this is just the career path that we are in. And more so, I guess, like, dancers, just like, well, if you book the job, that means I'm not going to book the job. But I feel like what's meant for you is going to be for you. And that's why even me, I coach dancers, and I coach from the space of, I'm not going to gatekeep because I am not intimidated that you're going to take my job because you're not me.
1,000%. That's how I feel.
Yeah. And Adrian sat me down and gave me all the sauce and told me, well, he was just like, especially if you want to work with someone like Fatima, you need to learn how to do a treatment. I remember I never knew how to do a treatment. I went home that same night and I went on YouTube, how to do a keynote, how to do a PowerPoint treatment. And I did it on PowerPoint. I remember I did this mock Missy Elliott music video treatment.
Okay.
I filmed a bunch of content, like as concept videos of my choreography.
Okay.
Because I knew that if I wanted to put myself out there, I needed to showcase what it is that I can do.
Yeah.
And it was a perfect example and alignment of stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Because when I shared with Fatima that I wanted to transition, she took a meeting with me.
She did.
And I remember I came to a rehearsal that she was having for a job. And although we had already built a relationship, I had danced for her for years on multiple jobs.
Yeah.
I sat down and she was like, so show me what you have. And I said, well,
you were ready.
And I was ready.
You were ready.
But picture if I wasn't.
It wouldn't work.
Yeah. It's just like, okay, you're a great dancer, but that doesn't tell me anything about you as a creative. So I remember I filmed like this heels piece. I filmed a duet and a hip hop piece.
Okay.
And I showed her all three. I showed her my whack treatment. I'm sure that was so bad at the time. She was like, okay. You know her, she's game face. She's like, okay. And then my trial job with her was Coachella. I said, girl, this is not a trial. She was like, and then she was just like, we'll do a trial run. I was like, wait, I thought I was going to do like a little show. It was Coachella 2016 for Halsey.
Oh my gosh.
And the rest was history.
Wow. Look at that. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Adrian. Thanks, Fatima. Okay. Thank you for being ready and willing to put all that together. Yeah. And I'm sure when someone says, oh, are you interested in being a choreographer? They don't think, oh, I need to put a treatment together.
No.
Like that's...
No. And even Adrian told me, he was like, for him especially, he's like, you need to know how to cut music. You need to this. So I chose, granted, I'm no mixed master the way that Adrian is, okay? No. But at a basic level, I can do all of those things. Yeah. And I have done all of those things, And I think that when you work on a team of that magnitude, you kind of have to be able to wear multiple hats because you never know what's going to be thrown at you. Yeah. So...
And you probably teach that too to all the people that come through your door.
100%. Like it's with choreography, it's so much more than the steps.
Yeah.
Like it's effective communication, it's leadership, it's understanding how to navigate and manage the artist, and then making sure that management is happy, and then the dancers, and then there's also you have to understand lighting and the staging and props. Like it's so much more than
it's so deep.
Creating a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. It is.
That's the last thing I'm worried about. That's why trusting my gift is so important, because I'm like, I trust that the steps are going to be fire.
Yeah.
It's just like making sure that all of the other things are what they need to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. What else can we talk about? Since this is February, we're going to get back into some love. What kind of love? Self-love, community love, spiritual love do you believe sustains the artist behind the vision?
I need that question one more time.
Yep. I think I know where the answer is, but I'm going to give it to you again. Okay. What kind of love? Self-love, community love, or spiritual love do you believe sustains the artist behind the vision?
If you had to guess.
My guess is spiritual love. Yes! I know my girl.
Yeah, 100%.
And has your spiritual connection been that since day one? Is this developed deeper as you got older? What is that? What is that journey for you, if you care to share? I know you care to
talk about God all day.
I know. And how has that been for you through all of this?
Yeah, I grew up in church, honestly. Like I've been going to church since I was a kid. Okay. As an adult, I chose to go on my own. I've always had a relationship with God, and I feel like I've definitely had my moments navigating the industry, which is so dark, and also being a believer. And I've had many moments. This is early on where I struggled with the idea that there's a world where I can be both, if I can be honest. Okay. And until I came to this revelation that I am meant to be a light in a dark place. So for me, that my relationship with God, honestly, is just like the source of everything. And I know that I am a light in a dark place. And the entertainment industry, maybe not necessarily the rooms that we're in, because God is good, but
we're protected.
We're protected, but it's a very dark place.
It can be, yeah.
It can be very dark. And, we're in an industry where people tell you who you are and who you're not, and you're too tall and you're too short and you're too fat and you're too this and you're too that. And it's just like a bunch of dancers that are insecure and self-sabotaging. And I just see so many things. And, I feel like my relationship with God and like just my spirituality, it really does fuel me in a different way. And I allow myself to walk into a room, and the presence that you talk about that I walk into the room with, I can't even take credit for that, to be honest. Like I can't take credit for it.
I love that you are honoring that and speaking on it, because I do think it's very important. And that's what this whole episode is about. It's like, we can talk about the things that we have control over, but the reality is that we are vessels.
Yeah. And that's not everybody's journey. And I always say this whenever I'm teaching, I never want anyone to feel like I'm pushing religion on them or relationship on them, but I'm also not going to suppress my beliefs, and if you're in the room, part of my journey is sharing that my gift is not from myself, and I feel like I am a vessel, and I'm put in this industry, like I said before, to be a light in a dark place. And that shows up through my creativity. It shows up through leadership. It shows up through what comes out of my mouth. But anytime I walk into a room, whether it be the Breakthrough Bootcamp or a stage with 5,000 people, what I do before that is pray. And I'm just like, like, God, just speak through me, like empty me of me and fill me with whatever it is that this room needs. Like, let it be said, let it be heard, but I don't take credit for any of it.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Shout out to God.
Thank you. Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus.
I'm really glad that you brought that up. And I knew the right question to get to, and I was like, I know the answer, but I just want her to say what the truth is. Let's see. Okay, here we go.
She's like, do I ask it? Do I not ask it?
What's one loving boundary or belief that's protecting your peace right now?
How much time we got?
We got time.
What's one loving boundary that is protecting my peace? I am in an era of my life where reciprocity and alignment is more important than anything. And what protects my peace is I am only going to fill up a cup if the cup is willing to like fill me up too. And that's protecting my peace. I think for a very long time, and this is in multiple areas, this is not necessarily just relationally, but professionally. And with friends, you know, friendship, romance, I'm such a giver, and I see where it's served me, but also I see where it hasn't allowed me to have peace because there's been a lack of reciprocity, especially being in entertainment. Like it demands so much from you. Where it's just like, okay, cool. I'm going to set these boundaries for myself where I'm going to give all of me 110%. I'm always going to show up and go the extra mile. But in the same breath, if I'm not feeling the energy being reciprocated and my presence being valued,
deuces.
I step away.
And good for you.
Yeah.
Because at this point in our season, when we're so seasoned, babe, and we know
big old age,
when we know what we are about, I think that is something that people don't talk about. And then you just kind of start getting older and wiser and more comfortable in making these sound decisions for yourself and not feeling regretful of it.
And I think that comes from learning who you are, understanding the value that you bring into a room, into somebody's life, and knowing that you are giving all of yourself. And if someone is not willing to see the value of what it is that you bring, then maybe that's not the room that you're supposed to be in.
And I'm okay with that.
I am okay.
Because now I have room for these rooms.
Yes. 100%.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where people are going to see your value and they're going to light up and they're going to be excited about it.
Yeah.
And it's going to feel aligned.
1000%. Okay. Are you ready for the last question, my friend?
I don't know. I don't want it to be over.
Well, I know. This is good.
Already. We really be chatting.
I know. I knew who to call. Okay. Finish this sentence. I knew I was the green light when.
This is so hard, actually. It's the hardest question.
I'll say it again. Here we go. I knew I was the green light when.
I knew I was the green light. I don't even know how to answer this question.
You have a lot of green lights, to be honest with you.
I know, because I don't want it to sound like, not that I care how it sounds, superficial. Like I'm not thinking of a moment in my career or like, you know?
Yeah. I think you might have. Do you think that you could resonate when you knew you were the green light when you told your parents, I'm going to go pursue something that wasn't something they designed in their dreams? Or when you said, I'm ready to be a choreographer. Or when you said, I'm ready to take my marketing to myself. I'm here for you, babe. Yes.
I knew I was the green light when I packed my bags and moved to LA at 22, 21 years old. Left my whole family behind. I slept on a floor for 6 months. I rode a bicycle to Millennium to take some dance classes. But I knew I was the green light when I chose to bet on myself in that way, because it was probably the scariest thing that I've done. I bought a one-way ticket. I didn't know how it was going to work out. And by the grace of God, we are sitting together in February of 2026.
Yes.
And I have not looked back.
Oh, I love your green light.
I love my green light too.
Okay, before we wrap things up, you have so much to offer in this world beyond this fabulous conversation and and friendship to me on a daily basis. But what would you like to promote for the listeners that are listening right now? What's happening? Where can they find you? What are you about to unfold for their 2026?
Yes. So you can follow me on all socials at I am Tia Rivera. All of the information that anyone would need to connect with me in regards to coaching or speaking or podcast, they can find on my website at tiarivera.com. And what I have coming up, I am doing my BTB intensive tour. I'm doing that in May. I am opening submissions for my small group coaching program, which I have for dancers. But all of that information can be found on my website, guys. So
yes.
Feel free to connect with me there or on social media.
I love it.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
This was really
for having me.
This was amazing.
I love you so much. And before we end, let me just give you your flowers.
Oh, you don't have to.
But I am going to. I truly do admire you. And I don't know if I've ever told you this. I remember the first time you hired me to do, it was JoJo's tour. Do you remember that?
I have footage. Yeah.
I remember walking through the airport when I got the email, and I don't even check my iCloud emails. And it was in my iCloud email, and it was from you. And I got so excited because I remember at the time, like, I genuinely looked up to you and your career so much. And I was so excited, not to necessarily choreograph for that artist, but to work together. And I feel like since then, you have been such an example for me.
Aww.
So thank you,
Thank
for
you.
just greenlighting your own life and your own ideas, and for being such a happy, bright, person. Every time I see you, you light up a room too.
Oh, thank
And
you.
I'm
It's
grateful.
not me, it's Jesus, honey.
Okay, I'm grateful for this friendship.
I'm
thank
so
you.
grateful for you. Thank you. And honestly, when I do these things and I'm here with you, this is why it reminds me of why this matters.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you taking time out of your schedule and to be
anytime.
continued.
Yes.
Part two. Thank you so much for joining us. If you love it, give your girl 5 stars. Find me at tianatoday.com on Instagram, YouTube. You know it. We're so happy to be here and share these moments with you. Thank you so much. And ciao, ciao for now.